Welcome back, future medicos. In this video, we are going to look at the round 1 cutoff marks for CMC Vellore minority network seats in the year 2020. The counseling for CMC Vellore minority network seats happened on 16 December 2020 at Chennai. And for this counseling, 212 candidates had been called, and then there were about 84 seats available. 74 seats under sponsored category and 10 seats under the CMC Vellore staff quota. Out of the 74 seats for sponsored candidates, 72 seats had been allotted today. However, 2 seats had been left vacant. This may be due to the reason out of the 212 candidates called for counseling, there may not be enough candidates for certain categories. That's why maybe 2 seats had not been filled up. I have done a little bit of analysis and tried to identify which are the 2 categories under which the seats had not been filled. In my opinion, there are 2 categories in which 1 seat each had not been filled. As I go through the video, I will tell you which are the possible categories in which there might be a vacant seat. So out of the 10 seats for institutional quota, all seats had been allotted. So out of the 84 seats available today, 82 seats had been allotted. So let's now look at each diocese and what is the closing mark and how many seats had been allotted under each diocese. So the first category, the most competitive category in CMC Vellore Minority Network category is undergraduate college sponsorship for Christians. This is the category where CMC Vellore directly sponsors the candidates. And if you see, there is only 1 seat allotted under this category today, and that particular candidate had 670 marks. Now, this is one category. I believe there is 1 vacancy. Normally, if you look at the previous years, always CMC Vellore had sponsored 2 candidates under UG college sponsorship for Christians. So I believe there is 1 vacancy in this particular category. Even though 7 candidates had been called for counseling, it seems only 1 candidate had taken the seat. Since this is a very high competitive category, that's candidates with almost like 650 marks, probably those candidates might be studying somewhere else in some other government colleges or AIMS or JIPMER. So maybe they might not have turned up for counseling to CMC Vellore. That could be a possibility. At number 2, we have Malankara Jacobite Syrian Orthodox Church. 2 seats had been allotted and the closing mark is 655. At number 3, we have CSI Tirunelveli Diocese. 650 is the closing mark. Marthoma Syrian Church of Malabar, 627 is the closing mark. Inter Ashram Fellowship, 626 is the closing marks. CSI Madurai Ramnath Diocese, 620 is the closing marks. CSI Kanyakumari Diocese, 610 is the closing marks. The Leprosy Mission, 605 is the closing marks. Tamil Evangelical Lutheran Church, 602 is the closing marks. Council of Christian Hospitals, 601. Christian Assemblies in India, 589. CSI Madhya Kerala Diocese, 571. Andhra Evangelical Lutheran Church, 559. CSI Vellore Diocese, 559. CSI Madras Diocese, 551. CSI Tiruchi Tanjore Diocese, 551. Emmanuel Hospital Association, 547. CSI North Kerala Diocese, 546. Mennonite Medical Board of the Mennonite Church in India, 537. Marathi Mission, 528. Jaipur Evangelical Lutheran Church, 524 is the closing marks. CMC Vellore, that is the institutional quota or the CMC Vellore staff quota, 10 seats had been allotted and the closing mark is 516. CSI Rayalaseema Diocese, 506. The Salvation Army India Southeastern Territory, 502. Methodist Church in India 499. Baptist Church of Mizoram, only one seat had been allotted and the neat mark is 496. Now, some of you have asked the question whether all the seats or all the dioceses where only one seat had been allotted, does it mean that there is a vacancy in each of those dioceses? Not really. For example, in this particular category, Baptist Church of Mizoram, I checked the 2019 allotment. There was only one seat had been allotted. So I believe this particular category or this particular diocese, there is only one seat reserved for that particular church. Kasi Jaintia Presbyterian Assembly, once again, only one seat allotted, 477 is the closing mark. Evangelical Lutheran Church in Madhya Pradesh, 470 is the closing mark. Eastern Regional Board of Health Services, 466. North Bank Baptist Christian Association, 465. Chaldean Syrian Church of the East, 463. Pune Christian Medical Association, one seat had been allotted and the candidate had 458 marks. The second possible diocese in which there is a vacancy is this Pune Christian Medical Association. When I compare it with 2019, when there had been 2 seats allotted, so I believe probably this is the second category in which there is a vacancy. So the first one, UG College sponsorship for Christians by CMC Vellore. I believe there is one vacancy there. And the second vacancy, in my opinion, is Pune Christian Medical Association. The actual vacancy, where it is available, we will come to know only when subsequent rounds of counseling is being conducted by Tamil Nadu Selection Committee. And in that particular time, they will call exactly the candidates who should attend the counseling. In that particular time, we might be able to come to know where the vacancies are. At number 33, we have International Mission Board Southern Baptist Convention, 458 is the closing mark. CSI Karnataka Diocese Interdiocesan Medical Board, 453. Southern Asia Division of Seventh-day Adventists, 447. Church of North India Synod, the Synodical Board of Health Services, 437. Council of Baptist Churches in Northeast India, 418. The Salvation Army India Western Territory, 417. UP Regional Board of Health Services, 400. Mizo Presbyterian Church Synod, 399. And finally, the Church of North India Nagpur Diocese, 381. Congratulations to everyone who got a seat allotment today. CMC Vellore is one of the topmost colleges in India. It is consistently ranked at number 2, just behind AIMS Delhi. So those who got a seat, you have got into a wonderful college. My best wishes. And for those who are still looking for CMC Vellore, let's wait for this round 2 counseling. You may get a chance to get into this college. Thank you. I see you soon in some other video. Bye-bye.